Okay, good morning again. Now you can put the side that prayer book. We don't go any more that. Although you're holding that, you will. Okay. How are you, everyone? Everyone survive? No, we all survive together. I'm good. I survive. I'm able to function my, physically and mentally. Okay. Anyway, it's wonderful to see you again. Usually now we recite the refuge prayer. It's basically set up our motivation. Makumbi, you need to sit on the chair. I was a little bit. Yeah. I was surprised you didn't pull up your chair. I thought you were going to meditate, that's why. Good. Yeah, sit comfortable, okay? As much as you can. Therefore, with a attempt of which Buddha Dhamma Sangha and enlighten whatever actions to perform at the same time. It's talk about the motivation. We say it's talk about refuge, bodhicitta, but it basically it's come described for motivation. The motivation is very important. And what today we want to learn bit. Thinking is motivations to or not. Before that, we could do a lot of meditation. As you know, it's a sinner ones. I don't have to explain, some of very new, basically the purpose to, I think we follow religions or we believe religions to something when we not able to control our any situations, we take refuge someone else. It's like when we are illness, but sick, illness, sick. I think just you said sick. When we sick, we're not able to, control ourselves, or we don't know how to do. Then we ask the doctor, okay, what to do? I am sick. What medicine I take? What's problem? Is it really look similar? We say religion says take refuge. Something, especially for mental issues. Some situations we don't know how to control it. And if you follow religion's advice, then be able to control. Special like His Holy Dalai Lama always said, we need to 21st century Buddhism. It doesn't mean don't do tradition things. It means to understand. I think most Westerns is like that. Like Tibetans and like most Asians, not like that. They are very strong faith. They follow what the master or teacher say. The Western doesn't like that. They'll study, then they meditation, then they follow its work. It's like that. If example, I put mala like this way, I put your head. You know how much feeling. You have some Tibetans, they're feeling more contemplate. But in different culture. Therefore, I think Buddhism is one of the religion this time go with luck scientifically. Scientifically or science? Scientifically. Okay? Therefore, first they have a lot of different meditation. You go to your short meditation, okay? Just you want to close your eyes or you open your eyes. Main thing is don't go your mind everywhere. Or this different color, or that different color, or this work of Buddha. Or maybe there are some little pictures. Because it's taking our mind around. Therefore, the meditation says, looking your nose. Also, you don't have to completely close. If you close, you fall asleep. Therefore, focus your nose. I'm going to say, just sit comfortable. Don't pay attention any other things. First, in order to good meditation, we need to sit our body very comfortable. Therefore, also our mind stay with our body. We need our mind and body connect together. In order to that, the best way for us to just focus your own parts of the body. Therefore, first start your thinking in your head and feel unrelaxed. Then you inside the brain. Focus and feel and relax. Now calm down. Focus your neck and relax and calm. Then your right shoulder. Feel your whole consciousness go on there. The left shoulder. Then up your body, back. Then lower back. Then the right leg. Go through all the knee. Through same as other leg. Then come your heart. Then lung. stomach, then into your heart, try to feel your own mind, your breath. Then start very deep, breathe in and out to your nose. When you breathe in, feel all the oxygens breathe in into your all the channels in your body. Then you bring out all the inflections in your mind. Bring out, come out. Feel you come out your mouth, nose, like black smoke. This kind, couple of times, you will keep like that exercise. Then you feel your own mind, face relax. Above that, also you can feel some blessings or powers or some energies come from or the whatever we saw before coming here, the statues or images. You feel more power, more peace, more relaxed. Then we're going to recite the mantra of Bodhisattva Shantideva. If you know, you can follow with us. If you don't know, you can just listen and focus and feel some benefits. recite the mantra in your own mind without cutting and losing. And within that also you feel all the mother sentient beings recite the same as you. Don't relax and rejoice. Feel something. Okay. A little bit. Stretched. Very strong. Okay. Learn far away long. As much as you can. Cool. Okay. But don't hit your neighbors. Okay. Or flip. This is very simple meditation. Right? Because sometimes we study, pray, and we start some work. In order to the study or practice, we need to follow, force ourselves there. Okay? Okay, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Morning.
Morning, Yeshua.
Do you meditation? Or you do your homework? Or you make a coffee? Okay. Our body and mind always go together. Right? If you have a little bit pain here, all our mind go here. Pain here. Or here, all mind go there. Is it like that? Therefore, if we able to keep our mind with the same place our body, I think then we become very peaceful. The body not able to go everywhere, but our mind just go everywhere. Is it? Also, our mind taking all the business. The body cannot do all the business. Therefore, it's possible to keep our body and mind together is very good. Okay? Don't you hear? Yeah. Tajana. So the simple gamble chat pay negative.
So it is very important, to have a relaxed mind.
So
just by wishing to have a relaxed mind, you will not have it. And just by having a wish not to have a stressed mind, you will not be free from the stressed mind. So, for example, if you wish to have a delicious meal, then you have to be able to cook it yourself, or have to invite somebody who knows how to cook, or go to a place where you can find that delicious meal, right? Is it right or not?
Do you guys know how to momo? We have momo class one time. It's all well, forgot. There's a tendency, but not open. I want to sit on chair. Maybe we sit chair. I think go there are a lot of empty chairs. Yeah. Otherwise, you know, pay attention. Is oh yeah, oh he said, oh I missed that. Just relax. Okay, 제자. Oh yeah. 제자. 야만한 가도 지금 사자지 레고 거 있나? 사바튼 지 레바 잡는 레고도 대노와라. 고바제고나 나브로고나 모라탄고나 고바 지체오도 간지 tel라 지체 뭐 보이 싸우도.
Also, if we wish to go to some place, then just by having a wish, we will not get there. We have to either walk there, drive there, or take an airplane there, and so forth. So we have to do something to get there. Is it like that?
대모 든리마다 빼는 답변하고 차지는 나도 선배지고 매우 깜짝이야. 가리 이용하지. 빼다 소소 선배지고 매우 깜짝 미닝 프로케이션 되거나 코노사 되고. 어제지 차다데 코노사 되고 용도 선배지고 매우 깜짝이야.
Like when your mind is stressed, or like when you are angry, then even if you see somebody, talking with themselves, then you get angry, with different reasons in your mind, you get angry towards that.
다 텔레나지 소소스는 남동도에나 그게 미닝 계시거든. 그니 니고 지시하게 만들어서 남도 나 그래서.
And because of that superstitious mind, we think that, oh, maybe they're talking bad about me.
그래.
Is it like that?
남도 세대 강가 자 노카는 되죠. 대대치 말했어. 매그네스.
So like the superstitious mind or thought, is like a magnetic. It pulls all the iron object, just like that. It pulls all these different kind of negative thoughts in the mind.
제가 선배님이 qabla야. 슈로케 남주도 거죠. 남가 꾸노도 거죠. 그래도
So when your mind is not happy, and your expression also, becomes bad and not good looking, and your thought, your mind, also doesn't feel happy inside.
그래.
Is it like that?
Do you have to explain like that? We think. Maybe. 제가 다 되게 소소 선배님은 되게 슈로케 남주도가 남가 꾸노도 한다. 아니지. 계절에 쉬어봐야 돼요. 계절. 근데 라다제니가 지금 어떻게 와.
So, when you are not happy, when we are not happy like that, then our external expression doesn't look good. The internal mind, thought is not good either. And then even if when we talk, we tend to talk in a bad way or in a rough way like that.
아니지 좋아할 때 미사마지 소설라 잡좀 매매서는 미사미가 소소 와책 매매서는 좋아하네.
And also when we feel like there's nobody, supporting us or nobody, helping us, we get that kind of feeling also. Is it like that? Do you feel like that when you're unhappy?
그때는 저도 저하고 사무이다. 저하고 맨날 새벽 쭉 매봐. 그래서 나와디나 삼삼 새벽 부서도 걸려서 나와디나.
So now think about the incident, where you were unhappy or stressed in this month.
Yeah. Maybe I was unhappy one day. We don't think that yesterday I got very mad. Oh, these people doing that. We're always okay. 그 저도 성다. 심박 부서 근데 내가 그래 미타마 소설로 같이 매우서로 미타마 소설 막아외서로 소설야 라운드치 매우서로 내기도 되니 차서 소소설 삼았다. 그거 맞지 돼.
Well, when you were unhappy or stressed, mind, when you were, having a stressful mind, then at that time, did you feel like, there's nobody around who is supporting me, or nobody around who is helping me, yeah. Nobody around who wants to, see me a good, and that way. So did you have this kind of feeling when you were unhappy or stressed?
Experience? Okay, 1 minute meditation to yourself, okay? Try to awareness any experience like that. Okay?
Oh.
You look you watch back your own experience. This is we said watch back. Okay? You feel, you accept, you awareness that maybe. Yeah. 되지. 다 될래 돈이. 소소 세바 그냥 보죠요나. 아니 실로 끝남 좋대. 야 이거. 칸이 쭉 되면 야 이거. 되는데.
And contrary to that, if you are happy, if you have a relaxed mind, then your expression becomes good, and the words that come out of your mouth will also be good. Is that like that?
아니 소소 솔라이고 미상마 소소 가외서로 소소 미상마 고소 가오시게서 소래.
And people around us also, we feel like they're all very happy with us, right?
Is it like that? What do you think? It's true or not? 던팅은 산재가 소화한다 소소 초화하기 돈에 나도 용어지 temto가 있나? 던팅은 가서 대지원제 답이 하는 거야.
So not just thinking that, oh, this is what Buddha said, but getting that feeling from your own experience. And if you can do that, then that way it will be more stable in your mind.
Is it? 다 가르쳐버려. 다만 가르쳐버려. 다 가르치는다는 텔 수주자고 그랬어요. 와이나?
So now what do we do? How can we fix that?
그래서 yes, I know that situation, but how can I fix? 제시오 난소 대 소주자에게 탑시는 제요.
The biggest problem is that we don't do anything, to fix that condition.
가르쳐는 또 지대 소설을 가르고 쭉 계셔 마셔봐야나. 소 라시 싸우시면서 라시 싸우.
So the one thing, is, that we have, kind of a pride, thinking that I know it and so forth like that.
Right? Anything you like that? 그게 대 노르데샤, 코 노르데샤, 모 노르샤. 들리자자 파파오레스. 대기 소설을 라시 숙치 모여 되게 그래.
So we have this strong sense of pride, thinking that I'm good, I'm best, the fault is on all on others. Oh, this is her fault. This is his fault. That's bad. This is bad, and all these things. You don't see any faults in oneself. You see the faults only in the others or outside.
니네 간도 생각 고도잖아. 고도부는 되는 거예요.
And the other is because we have very kind of a narrow-minded, thinking that this is how it is, exactly like that.
Are we narrow-minded? I don't think so. Nobody accepts that. They can't
So not accepting that, is one of the reasons that we have this stressful mind. So like bodhisattvas, they have very broadened mind because they always, think of others and seeing others' good qualities and so forth. So because they have these positive thoughts all the time, like loving kindness, compassion, and therefore their mind is more broad.
Is it like that? What do you think? That today about something 그래. 미카시 변화 강이 가래진 태워놓고 여와신 머리고 통도하고 조회나 소주 조회나 밑에 저런다. 미카시 지 강에로 가래 쇼야 나고 가래나 미치봐서는 통도해.
So some people, they never change. Right? No matter what happens in their life, they always stick, to the same thing. They don't, they don't change. Nothing seems to change them at all.
If you meet like that kind of person, you like, you want?
Yeah, sitting right here inside myself, like it's just so much easier to try to find somebody else to blame than to take the responsibility. So, when something's not going right for me, and not always, but you just tend to want to like, well, who caused this? Who caused this to me? It shouldn't be like this.
According to Buddhism, you caused, not therefore, because we are very strong as like sub-grasping or sub-chasing. I want that way. I want like that. Why they don't do like that? Okay? 제가 뭐가야 돼? 잠만 와도 그냥 저다. 생각 무슨 동지 뛰고 매와 지내고도.
And some people, even if they face very, very small problem, they become very stressed and make themselves very unhappy.
장도 돼요. 장도 돼요.
Are any of you like that?
대치 소소 내가 나지 말까나. 너무 프레도 같다. 근데 차선 소소 내가 나지 또 거는 저도는 이미.
So like you get so upset even if small things, doesn't work in a way you want it, and you want everything to be just the way you want it. Is it like, are you like that?
We most like that, right? 제가 드네 인자다 디 something 매만도 맡으나 다 간도 지고서 다 영어 매다.
So if we keep being like that and cannot change ourselves from not being like that, then we can never be happy.
다 용서치는 매다. 대지오자 맡아와이나.
So if we are not able to change that, then there's no way, no other way, we can be ourselves and to make ourselves happy.
다 그래 걸리지오자.
So now how do we change that?
지오자 여러분.
Is it possible to change that?
Everyone think. You sure? What do you think?
Not easy.
Of course not easy. 레라오 매와 인자 레라오 디칼레 카오드 조와타는 대우슈치 무슨 거래.
Because it is not easy, and despite that, if you are able to do that, then you will get a big results.
왜? 두 가지를 넣을 때 저게 답이 제거 못해. 지오자 답이 제거 못해.
And the worst case is that we don't try to do anything to change that. We're not trying to apply any kind of means, to do that, to change that.
되게 영화가 지치는 주로 세대를 감지 거의 엠밴드 프리데면 오쿠자 되게래서 밭에 되는 되게
And we tend to look for the solution outside, oh, maybe it's that. If I change that, if I change something outside there, then it will bring me happiness, like that. So that's the problem that we have.
제일 아니 다 되는 영어 시발라 진정이 지체돼 하고 되는 거 배치 말이야.
And so in order to make that happen, it is important to understand, what is the cause and condition of that.
오케이? 아니 근데 다 도전에 다 너도 빼잡다지 요즘 제지 다들 수수 아무다지 되거는 거 아니 너도 때려봐 되는 거래.
And so we study, we contemplate on the studies that we have done, and we apply that into practice, and that way we can bring those solutions.
Okay? Try something, try. Because we didn't try everything. We cold, we try to keep warm, we put more layers, turn on the also heat. But mentally we really doesn't follow. Is it like that way? What do you think? There's also text explain a Buddhism idea that they try to find happy, unhappy also not just come through without cause condition. You look on pause, condition, other things to do. The main thing to our own grasping, sub-judging, or ego. Maybe better is ego. Okay? Like that. Okay? Now you have most very important text window guide to the Bodhisattva way. The person, the India master who wrote back through his own experience. Therefore, this also deal with practice with our daily life. His Holiness Dalai always say you need to read this every day, 100 times. It doesn't mean 100 times. Read, think. Then try to supply. What's that supply?
Apply.
What's that?
Apply.
Apply our own daily life. Okay? 아디시 다이나 가상하도 된마 슌주 레거 돈바 존지에서 들어오게 됐다. 존지에서 빼내 같이 몰라.
And so we are studying this 7th chapter of the Guide to the Buddhist Way of Life, which is a chapter on enthusiasm. The enthusiasm is very important.
존지 맨나 시다 존지에서 되는 건 지대 딱 지대 존지에서 시작한다. 시다 지조의 존지에서 니어 와.
And when we talk about enthusiasm, it is normally, like the hard work part, right? So that's what we're talking about. But there is a different, connotation in Buddhism from the Dharma perspective, and then from the worldly perspective, right?
지단 지대별에 변화 딱 존지면나 깔래 맞잖아. 내가 간을 듣고만 좋아.
So even in the worldly perspective, if you don't work hard, don't make the effort, then nothing will get done, right? So without working hard, can the things the things be done?
Right. And then the lazy, right? The lazy. If you are lazy, shape your, don't say shape, make up yourself or shave your, how you say, beard. How you call it? Head? Yeah, hair, what you do that? You have to do
Shave.
Comb. If you lazy to that, you become very ugly person. Is it like that? If you lazy take, laundry your clothes, you become terrible like this. Is it like that? If you lazy to cook, You never get good food. Only junk food. Is it? Wait. This is not the effort. It's not only talk about Buddhism. In the daily life, simple life, if you're a very lazy person, you don't learn anything. Is it? Even like you lazy to clean that glass. I'm a very lazy person, you know. I'm very lazy person to clean my skin. You see all the fingers. See, I'm really lazy to take care of my glass. I just put glass for everywhere. And now I go to my room. I have all the tables. I have glass, very dirty glass. I couldn't see. Is it like that, right? The effort is very important to daily life. If you lazy change clothes every day, what do you think? People say, what this person change every day? Well, the same thing. We change every day different clothes. Is it like that? Therefore, effort is very important too. Even you lazy to brush your teeth, what happens? No, this is serious. You know, I'm really sitting. No, somebody say, why did you not talk about? He doesn't talk Dharma. Why you talk about that? This is to our experience to daily life. How difficult to find. Maybe you can see the chair. Sure. You're the youngest person. Okay? Is like that? If you lazy to brush your teeth, what happened? Problem. Then you go to dentist. Then they give you a big bill. Then you're stressful. Because we eat all junk foods here, not chemicals. Because I think, why? This is not junk food. I'm eating always whole food. Yeah, you buy for the all junk. Yes, everything is junk. Sorry for the business. Of course, junk. No, all junk. Then the junk goes over mouth. The problem. Like example, you say, what is junk? I'm the Tibetan. We grow up, we live on mountains like animals. They never brush teeth. Like my mother and father, they never brush teeth whole life, but they never have to go dentist. Even we have not dentist, but they never complain, oh, I have to do that. Because they eat food is really organic, real organic. The land is very, how do you say, pure, very rich, because the land produces all different kind of herbal medicines. The animals eat all the herbal medicines. We eat also most things from the animals. We don't get any chemicals, junks. I think that is all. People also healthy. They don't have insurance. They don't even go every year checkup. They also the life starts very simple. My father's like 80 years old. He passed away. You know, people 80, 90, some people are hundreds. They look similar here. They're not sick all the time. But I think this is the food. We think we are very healthy. I think we are all in the junks. Therefore, we have to talk about it. Effort. Yeah, effort. I don't know what connection with effort that. But in broad right? In order to you looks good, handsome, beautiful, you need to effort to wear very nice garment. Is it? What do you think? True? We guys think that's true or not? Oh, I don't care. Oh. If you don't care, then you become very messy person. Now they bring back to the Buddhism most difficult change of mental. You need a lot of effort. Therefore, we don't effort practice. We say, oh, I study Buddhism, but it doesn't work. Oh, I meditation, it looks doesn't work. We didn't really effort. Maybe we try one time, two times, we give up. Therefore, Buddhism says you need to also really pop up.
Confidence.
Confident. Do you have confidence?
Confidence.
Confidence to enlighten. Confidence and also ego. It is similar name. You have ego. Pride.
Right.
Pride, confidence, which is similar, right? It's like a similar, right? But we don't need to pride, but we need to confident. Pride, put down others down. Put other people put down. Confidence bring to you up. Therefore, we need confidence. Therefore, the chapter 7 talk about we need confidence. Get up, you get man. Remember? Today now, even we go to see the people do some activities, there may be some, how you say, competition. They say, go ahead, get up, you will make. They put the confidence. Exactly same Buddhism. They say you need confidence, right? Therefore, we talk about that. Last year, we talk about which verse, remember?
Verse, 64. I think we're up to 64.
Really?
Yeah, I think
Without Tamshu?
we finished verse 63, I think, and then.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
Okay, that. I remember we talked about that. If someone is stay with the 60, is 60, they talk about even your very stable mind, if you stay the place to not, how is it, non-active, non-virtuous activities or destroy your mind, but you are very stable. It's something like the snow lion stay with the what is it?
Like
Snow
the
lion.
lion among foxes.
Yeah, you never mix the foxes. We talk about that.
Yeah. And then when we talked about the verse where it said, it would be better to be burned and have my head cut off, and there was that. And then we talked about how, the bodhisattvas, their work is joy.
Okay, now I'm going to a little bit again there, okay? 강화도 도시에 치는 거다. 가서 I think we have that maybe Thompson I use my broken English. Maybe you have no idea. Which verse 61, okay? We go talk about a little bit. 다 네가 가는 거리는 다 선바 템보 제거 그래요, 손가락.
So this is saying that we should have a stable mind.
근데 나도 수본 제대 요구치는 건도 사도 책이 와.
So like we do, very careful things, to have a physical fit body.
제대로 선바 고양보 영화 삼재 치고 영화 깔려지기 왜? 제대로 진작에 요에서로 외워서 하라고 와.
But do we work hard or do a lot of workout, to make our mind more healthy or be more knowledgeable and so forth?
대대는 다들 가는 아니 냠과 체탄 슌지를 뭐뭐 수마다 대신 냠과 슌지를 장 유모한다 뭐지시리스 다 빼자잖아 가서 가디 받는다 빼도 지난 가서 수보 차시는 데 가서 근데 빼서 좀 제가 됐어 대나지 소소 깔래지 강이 가래지 저와야다 수수 샘데 유모와 만도와 공부마다 만도와 아니 샤당마다 만도고 제가 내가 지금 뭐래서 말다.
And so, like it says here, just as men will guard their eyes when great danger and turmoil occur, likewise I shall never be swayed by the disturbance within my mind, even at the times of great strife. And so, so no matter how danger it is, so you should always protect your mind, just like you protect your eyes. You should protect your mind by not allowing it, to be swayed by disturbing thoughts, like not letting it go under the anger, or not letting it go under attachment, and ignorance, and so forth.
시절에 대비 로서래 나도 나 공부 차시가 딱 밀대 배송 가지나 하고 송그래서 요래.
Is there a saying in English, where you talk about like protecting your eyes very carefully? That's like, we don't talk about other part of the body, just talking, about the eye among all the other parts of the body, thinking that, oh, you have to protect your eyes very well. Do you have something like that?
No. No, right. 당어도 남배나 대배 배나 나가 돈바데 밀게나 건 레버디 다시 송고 그래서. 그래서 원하지나 레버도 거리라고 드려요.
Like in the Buddhism, in teachings, it expresses a lot. They give the example, of protecting your eye. So how important it is, to protect your eye, and you have to, do all the things, to protect your eye. So just like when you guard or observe your vows, you should, observe your vows or protect your vows by not letting it, be broken or transgressed, just like you protect your eyes.
매치가 누구시네 도지용 저거 라바다 가르까 그래. 도시이나.
So like if somebody were to hurl a stone at you, what will you try to protect?
protect.
Which part of the body you will try to protect?
Waiting. Hair it. If I maybe throw some dust, yes, dust. Someone put dust. Which one you protect? Waiting. What the nurse say? Doctors say.
Yeah, well, every instinct is you close your eyes, you put your head down.
Waiting. Is it like that? I don't know why. I'm also no idea what Buddhism say. They make the eyes poison. The black one. Inside the black one. Yeah. But which one the eyes? Can we see eye? Is eyeball's eye? What do you think? Try to identify your eye. What do you think? Close. Mark, which one of eye? Which one do your eye? Which one is your eye? There's an eye. Can you point your eye? Can you touch? What do you think? Wow, which one is your eye? Which one?
You can point.
Really?
That's
Can you point?
It's a nerve that goes into your brain.
Okay.
What about the Tara have the center eye on the eyes and the hands and the feet? Is that like something about your soul? The eye?
Tara, not enough to looking for to being here for eyes to looking for everyone, every corners. Compassion. Anyway, this will be like some take not that thing be shut out. Change that not to shut down and we can do the songs that we not even about like they and we can't be out telling you Tangan Goyong word.
So anyway, like I said, it is in Buddhism or in philosophy in the Buddhist philosophy that we talk about, the example of the eye, like giving the example of the eye, just like you protect your eye. So when you talk about protecting the eye, which part of the eye, again, you're supposed to protect. So it usually says that the part of the eye that actually sees is like the pupil, of the eye. But again, it can be debatable, which is the eye, which part is the eye. Can you point at that? Is there anything that you can really point and say, this is it? You can't really, right? So like that, so again, it is very difficult to say what is the eye that you're supposed to protect.
So then they'll actually music be tinted, sentient to tinted caro, sentient to tinted.
So like in the 12 link of dependent rising, we talk about the six sense spares, right?
제가 내가 공부를 해. 내가 미실라고 말했어요. 그래서 주요지는 내 미시 말했어. 내 공부를 그랬어.
So according to that, it is not, the pupil or the eyeball, or the socket or whatever it is in the part of the eye that we call. It's not the eye consciousness. It's not the one that sees it. sees the
she
object.
said, and she said, that tell and watch it, Saji, Satina, that Nipajuris, Nipado,
So the eye consciousness, is the nerve, connected to the eye, and the power, that runs through the nerves of the eye that makes or that allows you to see the object.
제가 너도 셔도도 록 셔도 okay now I'm talk about it. This is like this is so interesting to me scientifically discussion. Again I'm patient. 미시다 록 록타데 자지 록타데 자지. 아니 록은 미 셔도데 아니 미 공부듯이 다 시바세데 되겠다. 록타다 셔도 이제 요는 코파나 다 록 니바데 대표되고 되는데 직전에 고치는 거 용어 말과.
So I try to give this example, of the eye consciousness, like the eye, and then there is the nerves, the eyeball and the nerves that run through that, to the brain or whatever, and then the potential or the power to be able to perceive the object, with that, right? So I apply that example with the light, like there is a light, there's a bulb, the light bulb, and then there is a wire that runs, to, that connects to the light bulb, with the, the source of the light, right? So, there's the energy that flows through, and that makes it, that makes the light, to light up, the bulb, to light up, it's like the eye consciousness. So like the bulb itself is like the eye organ, and the wire which carries the power, is like the veins, the nerves, and the eye consciousness that is able to see the object, is like the light, the power.
다 되게 싸들 쪼셔나 미시 뭐 자로 미시 배시 동 말스. 대 록타 때는 저는 록델레고도.
So just like, if there is a problem with the wire, then you will not get the light. Just like that, and if there is a problem with the nerves, in our eye, then we'll not be able to see it.
Waiting is true. 제가 록타데 록마과 셔도데 록마과.
So like the eye, the cable or the wire that runs through is not the light, and the bulb, the light bulb itself is not the light, right?
제가 나도 토대니 도도데 미시 말스. 내용상 짜데 미시 말스. 다 미시 세티 나가야 사실 리버스까지 니바시 모르겠어.
So it is not, the socket, the eyeball or the pupil that is the eye. It's not the nerve that connects, those eyeball or pupil, to the brain. It's the eye. It is the clear and aware, of the object. So that potential, which has this, which we call as eye consciousness, which sees the object, right? So that clarity and awareness, that perceives the object, is the eye consciousness.
Okay, anyway, yes.
When I think of the eye, I think of the pupil and the eyeball and the nerves and the specific part of my brain that processes visual information and the entire brain itself and my entire body and my entire world around me. And I'm just wondering, is this the concept of emptiness?
What is it?
It's a Keith, right?
Yeah.
I was saying that he's thinking of the whole system, including the eyeball, the pupil, the nerves, the brain, the body, and the physical environment, the objects of the eye consciousness, and wants to know how that relates to emptiness.
대 참아 찍지 때도 그랬어. 참아. 그래서 참아 찍지를 봐 때도 그랬어. 대 맞대 바지 매반다 안에 동반 예세를 해라 그랬어.
So yeah, so these are all dependent on each other, right? So, the eye consciousness is dependent on all these objects. So without depending, there's no such thing as eye consciousness or I, therefore it's called emptiness.
매력게 참 말했어.
So it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It just doesn't exist without depending on all these things.
Okay. 본인 세대 정말 때 찔치 때자 들리 때 매워
Then never the never.
때 매워 있어 아니 또 많이 레슬라 버렸어.
So that's what we'll call the empty, So it's empty of not depending, because they are all dependent on each other. Therefore, it is empty, of independent or not depending on other parts, So that's why therefore it's called emptiness.
오케이 다듯이 오케이 다듯이 오늘 다 간이를 송 버렸어. 다 오늘 게 샘데 간이 송 버렸어. 저와이나 디랜드 다 줄로가 부지런히 되는 거랬어.
And then, so now, if you were to protect your mind, make sure that it doesn't fall under the sway, of the disturbing conceptions. Then, how do I do that? So that is given in an explanation in verse 62.
다난 세대 제제장스 다나 메타 다와이나야. 누구도 제샤와이나야. 고 제샤와이나야. 그디나 간 요모 셈마트워징 이스다 셈마트워징 일레반.
And it says it would be better for me to be burned, or to have my head cut off, and to be killed, rather than ever bowing down to those ever-present disturbing conceptions. And so, no matter what happens, will not, let this let my mind be swayed, by these disturbing conceptions.
Can you guys do that? It's not possible, right? This is not possible. 단디 가리거든 다 알아서 네 나랑 그 대화 나지 먼저 봐야 봐야. 된 대화라 이제 바지 쳐봐야 봐야. 나 세마도 지금 있어. 나 된도 상담.
그래서?
네 대화는 지금 먼저 봤다. 네 대화는 지금 대화라 이제 바지 쳐봐야. 나 셈도 매스. 셈도 맞고 지금 있어. 된도 거나.
So what he's saying is that if things doesn't work in I want, or if others are causing a problem for things to happen in a way I want, I will not get angry. I will not get upset. So like that, that's what you should think.
Okay, it's possible. 제 메타도 싫어 그러고, 고체도 싫어 그러고.
Yeah. Otherwise, like if you were burned, you'll die. If your head got cut off, then also you'll die, right?
Okay. 내가 나지 내 대화 나지 맞춰봤다. 된 저야라 이제 바치잖아. 당아 셈 맞춰지. 셈발을 되게 대다 손다도 그랬어.
So like if if the things doesn't happen in a way I want, or if others disturb, from happening the things that I want, then I will not, get upset. I will not be angry like that. So if you think like that, then that's how you protect your mind from not getting angry or being under the control of the disturbing conceptions.
어쨌든 남바거든. 요비 달란 ndapamajagothana kadi yina imishimala komsak mes.
And so likewise, in all situations, I should do nothing other than what is fit. So like I will not get angry towards others.
그래? 다 저도 뒤워도 책임이 나본데 봐. 대신 내가 탐쳐도 remballen jem meshe 생겨.
네, did
제가 네 책대 공부하는데 다 상태로 이거 말했을 때 내려고 했는데 간디가 있는 단두상도 배우나 요런데 그런 쇼로가 이제 부재전이다 하고 다시로 그래도
Sanskrit not yours, sir?
요 말도 나도
So like you see the last two lines in the bracket, right? So likewise, in all situations, I should do nothing other than what is fit, is what is right. And the right thing is, to be not get angry. So because if you are angry, then you'll be unhappy and all these things, right? So therefore, that will be the thing. Anyway, so in some commentary it says, those two lines were added, in Tibetan translation. But in actual Sanskrit writing, those two lines are not there.
Okay. Yes.
Is it possible to not get angry?
Oh.
Is it possible to not get angry? I understand the not acting out on the anger, but does the anger go away over time as you transform it?
Of course.
And
Good.
you can get rid of anger
Of
altogether.
course. Anger, unhappy, all together.
Altogether.
All,
God.
I don't know, together we can get out. Anger is not all the time. Nature is not anger, not delusion. Our nature is pure, very good person. They're like baby born couple months, baby just when they eat food, they're smiling. Then getting up, then more delusions, then more delusions, more problems. But it shows they're not just over that. It doesn't go away, we just pray. Which is action. Okay, yes.
You say that for us, it would take a very long time before we can get rid of all of them.
All of them get up, then we become arhats. They will even be not yet for the renunciation, right? I have been arhat. Yeah, when you the arhat, you can get out all the delusions. Okay.
That question. So I'm actually going back a few verses to 17. Where was I? Should be practiced without the discouragement of thinking, how could I possibly attain awakening? For the speaking taught the God to proclaim this truth. Even those who were gadflies, mosquitoes, bees, and worms attain awakening, which is difficult to attain through the power of their effort. I just said these verses out loud because I wrote down a question of like, is this referring to instead of like it's very difficult to become a bodhisattva, even we can we can envy like that. What I'm trying to say is we can envy trying to reach that, but instead of feeling self-pity, that they're beyond this should instead of being envy, this should turn to aspiration. And this brings me back to 2 weeks ago when you were saying like you want with your education you wanted to catch up to others. So there was, but can that be in a way like instead of an envy that's unhealthy and defeatist and lazy, can you then just like anger turn it into, hey, I want to be like that person? Just like with anger, okay, I feel anger, and Rabina talks about, well, turn it into compassion and stuff. Am I making, what I'm trying to say is like, can like those negative emotions be like a good indicator of like, oh, we should try to more aspire to, it should be more like when you were talking about your education, aspire to what you want to become, rather than just giving in to defeatism. I don't know. Does my question make sense?
죽어서
코란스에 된 가족이 다 녀몽 다 도차돼서 라 셰당다 도차돼서 근데 배 가서 지단 가족라 셈슈 빠리아당 덴들라 펜바 제토거를 레스키 지단에 그 녀몽에서 거다 도차라 셔도 나를 샤라 되는스게서 그죠.
다대 나도 샤와였나 대차 샤다도야 람고야 람도 바케가 루소요레스 지금 바요레스 나 지금이나.
So yeah, I mean there is an instance where you can take your delusions like anger, attachment, and so forth on the path. Especially in the practice of the tantra.
나도 노쇼도 지나도 다 누가 이해말, 도차 이해말, 고녀서 그래서 람마도 쳐도 네 봐요.
When lobjung 제도근에 다 당가야 붙이거든. 나요서는 땡가서도 그치 납셈 다보당 안에 다직 타도라고 차는데 네 여보 인자 때 거의 제기라스. 이제 딱 거의 레야 붙여 내가 붙여 구글라스 너를 제기서 봐지.
알라라 뭐 잠시만 되는 거도야. 소소를 지금 내가 주체적 배경 용거였어. 근데 용쓰기 이랬어.
어디 야보려서 내들 해야.
다이 내가는 야보셔야 이랬어. 내가는 야보서로 서 이랬어. 나 부내도 코 주목을 전에 코 가지는 너가 참 너야 참해요 말해.
그래 한 뒤전에 가서 버 나셈 아직 차도 저번에 파도를 넣어봐야 되는 년가를 해라.
차도 레벨레바에는 야보를 말해. 나선 때도 레벨이 야보를 얘나 뽑았지. 어제도 나하고 같이 지도면서 대 누가 말했어? 야, 말했어. 뭐 말했어?
So, like I said, in the Tantra path, you can transform those minds, into a path, to achieve a higher realization or even up to like enlightenment, but that is, very for the very advanced, practitioners. But in the sutra, it is totally, posited as something bad. If you have those negative emotions like anger, attachment, and so forth, then it's always. But like in some cases, like the envy or the jealousy, makes you think the things like the things like it is making you or helping you to do the things better, for yourself or better than others like that. But then when you always do something better, with the jealousy, or because that person, I want to become better than that person, then of course you can, that seems to be like helping you to do better, but then also there's a risk that this thought may also bring you to do negative things, like, oh, because I want to be better than the person, so I might, and I have to do something to make that person not good as me, like that. So then harming or thinking of doing something to make that person not able to study, so that it will not become as good as you and so forth, like that, that kind of thought may happen. So in the short term, at the present time, it might look good or encouraging, but then in the long run, it's not good. So you don't have to have jealousy, to make yourself better. Like I said earlier, having confidence, that's very important. Thinking that I can do it, I should do it, and so forth. So if you do with that, then you can become good. You don't have to have a jealousy, thinking, you don't have to be jealous, with others, to make yourself do better, like that.
예.
Thank you.
아, 저로가 주셔서 역시 되게 레슨되려고 왔어. 레슨되게 가는데 그때나야 소소한테 가지 쪼지요 탑시고 그래서. 배다 때문에 들어서 가지 쪼지 넣고 내버려 두고도 갈래 가고면 어때는지고 그래서 너도 저런 데로 그러다.
And then in the verse 63, it says that you should, do it in a very happy way, like joyful way. So then it will not seem like a hard work, and you can get, the fruit, by willingly doing it, like that, happily or joyfully doing it.
저 가지 쪼지 육퇴하기 좋아했나? 그때 저 갈래 가고 말이야. 저 그때 남샤 말이야.
So if you can engage in that task happily and joyfully, then you will not feel tired, and you will, do it, and you will get, the fruit, or you will get the job done.
Okay, now we stop that. Yeah, that didn't really okay like that, okay? Do you have any serious questions?
Geshe, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Maybe just going off of what you just ended with, how to find, I guess, like, instead of feeling very bogged down by stress or like going to work and feeling like your effort is not amounting to anything, like how can you find more enthusiasm day to day with everyday life versus just feeling stressed or like, yeah, feeling stress in your body, feeling stress in your mind, like how each day waking up to feel like, oh, I feel joyful to be able to do this, even though it feels very hard.
제가 남주 소소 그 강의에다가 거기다 대견이랑 돈나 맞잖아요. 그래서 배가 됐어요. 남주 가도 맨날 수보를 한다. 소소 나타지는 대견이랑 손다나 거기다 나대기도 와. 그때서 돈나라 맞으면 그 제일 못 와. 뒤서 보지.
So I think if you don't pay so much attention, to your problem, then that can also help, to not feel the problem. Just like, if you have a pain in your body, and if you are paying too much attention on that, you're just thinking about the pain, then you will feel the pain more. But if you don't pay attention to that and you think about other things, doing other things and so forth, then you don't feel the pain that much, even though the pain is still there in the same way, but you don't feel that much.
제가 쇼게 야나니 마마 쟁아도 지 샘때 때 곰데나 나도 지 강에 좋대. 그냥 나왔다. 대 많아 탁시로 지야데 아니 대가는 거기다 대장장 섬 담아나 고 갈래 고 맞아는 거야.
So now soon after you wake up, instead of thinking about the job, that you have to do, which you don't like, and so forth, but then you have to do it anyway. If you keep on thinking of that, then that seems to be like, becoming more and more or increasing, But if you don't think about that and do other things and say, okay, yeah, I'll get there, I will do it anyway, no problem. But it'll just, keep on thinking about other things, then that will not, draw your attention too much, to that problem.
Example, if you put the pot on the stove, boil the water. If you just keep water, just fire going on, they just boil. You turn off, it doesn't go immediately to cold, but slowly going down. It's like that. I think our mind just always, except for the negative thoughts, negative actions. Then we mind, yes, this problem, yes, this problem. So, yeah, they did that. Our mind also more observe. No, correct. So same guy, they mambo to tell them about was to
Attention, paying attention.
Pay more attention. Okay? It doesn't mean don't pay attention, don't care. It doesn't like that. Just try to maybe not 70% go that way. Maybe try to 50-50. Okay? If you're looking for the some problems, we all have a lot of difficult situations. Everyone have physically, mentally, all the kind of things. Then we just cannot get up. Just try to, if there's some space to go, just skip. Okay? Okay, now we're going to today some special prayer in the market. She's dead. I don't know, she maybe sleep dead, but she's dead. Her mother passed away 49 days last Saturday. Again, her father passed away this Friday. She's in, everyone knows Margaret. She's also one of our, senior students to always here, working hard for center, and also very, devout. And as we Buddhism, we do very good puja last night with Tibetans also here. And also today, as our community, we're going to pray for her father, and also special another dedication for the South Asia. There are a lot of earthquakes, hundreds, thousands of people die. They lose the house, angels. We're going to pray for that. Tao pray book, the virtues.
Page 103, prayer for virtue in the beginning, middle, and end.
This is also, we call that 8 great prayers. This is one of that. With very much called now 8 great prayers. This is one of that. This is reading Palama Sangha, especially, okay? We're going to think for the prayer for special for Margaret's father and for people who pass away also member. Okay? If you have the text, what page number online? I don't know. There's a 103. Okay? Is correct? Okay.
Homage to all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions. I make infinite prayers to liberate infinite beings from samsara. May these all come true through the light of the powerful sages and infallible 3 jewels of refuge. May I, in each and every life, never take birth in any of those falling back to realms of bad migrations, but attain human form with all the freedoms and endowments. From very birth may I never cling to some soured pleasure, but to gain liberation, strive with unrelenting enthusiasm to pursue a new lifestyle with renunciation. May no relation or possessions whatsoever obstruct my taking ordination, but may all conducive circumstances come together just as wished. Once ordained, may I never be stained by the faults of natural or prescribed negativity, just as I promised before the eyes of my abbot and master as long as I live. Relying on ethical purity, may I practice every vast and profound Mahayana teaching through many austerities for the sake of my mother for countless aeons. May I always be cared for by a holy master whose mind is spiritual knowledge and insight, whose faculties are peaceful, subdued, compassionate, and tirelessly courageous, serving others' welfare. Like Sadaparaditu, devotion to Dhammagatha, may I will delight in my holy master, unmistakably with body, life, and all possessions, never squeezing for even an instant. May I always be shown transcendental its meaning, just as it was taught to Sadaparaditu, unpolluted by the foul waters of misconception, profound and peaceful, devoid of elaboration. May I never be influenced by negative friends or non-virtuous spiritual guides who teach nihilistic or eternalistic views external to what the Buddha intended. Hoisting the great sail of pure intention to free beings, blown by the winds of unslacking joyous effort, securing the ship of study, thought, and meditation, may I free embodied beings from samsara's ocean. No matter how learned and especially generous, pure morality and discriminating in wisdom my mind may become, thus superior may I to an equal extent be free of consequent pride. At the side of the self-divine great master, who reveals the meaning of all effects, just as they are through the force of pure logic, may I listen insatiably to the infinite scriptures, day and night, fully analyzing the meaning of what I've heard. Through well applying the 4 types of reasoning, may I dispel all doubts concerning those points thus considered through the discriminating awareness arising from contemplation. When I gain the in the very profound teachings, through the awareness arisen from contemplation, then through the joyous effort by clean attachment to this life, may I properly practice in isolation. When thus through pure contemplation and meditation, realizations the conqueror intended are born in my mind, may desire or life's clinging to samsara states or personal liberation never rise in my mind. Having overcome my sweetness through a mind of detachment toward all possessed wealth, and may I first gather beings into my circle with material generosity, then bring them satisfaction by teaching the Dharma. Through renunciation up until enlightenment's attainment, may I always uphold the victory banner of liberation, never giving up even the slightest precept that I have received, even for the sake of my life. When seeing, hearing, or thinking of beings who we accuse or humiliate me, free from anger, may I in return express tolerance and cultivate patience. By having completely abandoned the 3 types of laziness that prevent both attainment of virtues, yet not attained and further developed, may I strive with joyous perseverance. Having attained the quiescent states that cause cyclic rebirth, are devoid of the insight that subdues samsara, and are joy of compassion, passive peace, may I integrate the 2. Having fully abandoned misconceived views, holding us supreme some made-up partial emptiness out of fear of the ultimate nature of existence, may I realize all things primordial emptiness. Those with broken precepts, though looking like monks, who have lost pure morality through inconsideration, are fearless of actions despised but holy. May I yoke them to faultless ethical discipline. Whoever has left the excellent way to engage in mistaken, distorted paths, influenced by negative friends or non-virtuous guides, may I easily set the past praise by the conquerors. Having felt the mistaken natures of their boldness with my lion's roar of teaching, debate, and composition, then caring for them by whatever means to subdue them, may I hold the victory banner of the undefined teachings. Wherever I'm born, may I drink the ambrosia of Buddha's speech, and at that time have good family, form, wealth, power, wisdom, and free from illness a long and healthy life. To those who always bear harmful intention toward my body, life, or possessions, and also to those who speak unpleasantly to me, may I especially be as loving as a mother. And then may I, before too long, having developed the bodhicitta which cherishes others more than self, and takes up the burden of freeing all beings, grant them the unexcelled state of enlightenment. Whoever sees or hears these prayers or thinks of them May they as well be undiscouraged in accomplishing all the Bodhisattva's great and powerful prayers. Through the force of offering this vast prayer made with a power of pure, extraordinary wish, fully completing the perfection of prayer, may I fulfill the hopes of all embodied beings.
Okay. And you?
Turn to page 39 for the Thanksgiving mandala offering. What prayers? Saji Perti Sujana Jensu Mame Kutse Rakinche Gakar Dime Chonchu Pada Lusante Pedro Mesa Suki Loe Mucho Kantu Yuchi Ida Guru Dhamma Dhamma Kambiya Tayami. Page 43. That snow mountain encircled land, source of every benefit and joy, may Lord Tenzin Gyatso Chenrezig remain in life till samsara's end. Savior of the Snowman teachings and transmigratory beings, who extensively clarifies the path that unifies emptiness and compassion, to the lotus of the hand of Lord Tenzin Gyatso, I beseech, may all your holy wishes be fulfilled. Page 49. You who hold the subduer's moral way, who serves the bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Manjuna's victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplished magnificent prayers honoring the three jewels, Savior, myself, and others, disciples, please return swiftly. Page 57 for the prayers of dedication. In this virtue may I swiftly attain you. Without exception, everlasting, precious supreme body light, where one lies, and wherefore never to find, but increase forever. Page 75.